As I go through all the other things, just in the middle here for a few minutes, I just want to tell you exactly what I know. What I know the thing that has made me successful far more than my passion or my energy is my disproportionate practicality. Most people want to look the part of an entrepreneur that came up with the next Supreme or Adidas brand or the next Uber or Facebook, yet are $40,000 in debt, working a job that they hate, and literally, if they went to the 5 discount stores that dominate this market, buy things on clearance, go home and upload to eBay, and then when people buy it, go to the post office and ship it, they would be able to get out of debt and get into a financial place. But people don't want to do that because they don't want to be judged for that being their hustle. Most people in this room, in this world, would rather lose looking like they're doing something successful than win and be judged for doing something that seems dorky. And that leads me to the thing that I matter the most, which is why you are living your life based on other people's opinions. It's scary to me how much pressure parents put on their kids and use them as products to look good to the other parents that they're spending their time on when it is not in the best interest of their kids' happiness.
If you really want to be successful, then you need to make sure that you are constantly doing everything that you can to make sure that you're furthering and bettering yourself in every single way that is possible. So many people claim that they want to go chase their goals or chase their dreams, but they never do. They just sit idly by and say that's what they want to do, but they don't make any effort to push forward or take those steps that are going to be risky, and they're going to be a high risk, high reward situation. And that's what you want to focus on, those high risk, high reward situations, because you're not going to be successful if you don't take a risk and if you keep procrastinating things. So you need to make sure you get started as soon as possible. Don't put anything in front of it or anything behind it. Make sure that is your main focus and put everything in. Make sure you fully commit and don't do anything halfway. If you're doing something halfway, you shouldn't even do it at all. So make sure that you are going all in and able to be 100% committed to whatever it is that you truly love and you truly want to aspire to do for the rest of your life. So you need to make sure that you are super excited and super motivated, so that way you won't want to stop doing it and you're going to be excited every single time that you start, so you're not going to be procrastinating ever again, by making sure that whatever it is you're doing is you're going to truly love and you're genuinely excited each and every single time you go out there and do it, because that's what you want to do and that's what you enjoy doing and that's what you love doing.
There's a lot of research, and again, being an F student in science, like it's not that I don't trust anything, it's that I know that I haven't put in the work to really know if I should quote things. So I kind of like just stay in my little lane. There's a lot of push towards being a workaholic, and hard work is a learned behavior. I see it in my team. I've seen it in the thousands of employees I've had, which is the closer they are to the sun, the harder they work. And so I definitely feel like I learned hard work by watching my parents. And so it's why I talk so much about hustle. I watch people give advice completely predicated on natural talent and DNA, and I'm like, look, like I get it, like I can throw a football every day for 9 hours a day. I'm just not physically built to be competitive at the highest levels. So yeah, I do think, if anybody watching right now, if there's anything they take away, it's like, look, like you're gonna only be so pretty, you're only gonna be so smart. There's things that are gonna be natural, and then there's things that you can actually control. I do believe, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, I don't, but I do believe that work ethic is a taught behavior. It's something you do have more control over. I think, and you know what really sealed the deal for me? Getting healthier. People lack perspective. One of the things that absolutely I've been sharing that has really been valuable is when I meet 57-year-old homies and I keep reminding them, like, you do know that you're gonna live for another 40 years. And like, why are you wrapping shit up? Oh, because your grandfather did, and that's what you saw. News alert, it's not 1973 anymore, right? Like I'm sitting here, I'm 43, and I'm like, man, yes, I know, and everybody loves, you could get hit by a bus. I'm like, cool, and then I won't care. But if not, like, if I'm going for another 55, if I'm going for another 65 with modern medicine, like it's real, and like I really want that. Like people, how many people think they're up if they don't have figured out at 30? Like really up. I should have taken that job. My friend from Michigan State took that job and he's got a nice house in the suburbs. I thought I was gonna be a rock star. I'm like, dude, you haven't even started. I like micro failure. I hate macro failure, like death of your business. is bad. But to me, you know what's funny? I'll use a boxing analogy. My favorite boxing, I watch a lot of boxing. I think boxing is a very interesting, and I'm super into mixed martial arts, but I grew up on boxing. I understand it better. And I like watching it because there's so many things that happen in boxing. First of all, what I love about boxing is there's nowhere to hide. You know, like it's super interesting, right? There's nowhere to hide. Number two, there's a scenario in boxing that I love the most. For some reason, there's nothing more interesting to me than watching somebody get knocked down in the first round and then go on to win the fight easily. It's an interesting psyche, right? And I like that, and this is what I'm thinking about it, which is like, here's what's bad in boxing and in business. Going into a fight, getting knocked down, and then having the adversity to readjust to what you got caught on and navigating it to easily win a fight is remarkable. That's how I think about entrepreneurship. The reason so many people struggle with entrepreneurship is you have micro failures almost daily, and they're very in your face. You can't hide. I like failure because I think I deserve it.
So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section down below.